Welcome to another episode of Wealth Beyond Numbers. I'm your host, Dennis Coral, and we're here with Alejandra Moreno from ASM Law Group. Alejandra, thank you for being here again.
Thank you for having me again.
It's so fun to be with you and to share this knowledge about such an important topic which is estate planning. And I want to talk more about you. I mean, I know you. We worked together for years. You've been doing this for 15 years. You're estate planning attorney. You're seasoned. You're well known as well in the community of estate planning. Judges know you. You've been doing it, I think, for about 15 years.
Almost 15
years. You're also a mom of two beautiful kids and married, and you have a practice here in Coral Gables. And tell me more about your practice. What led you to start ASM Law Group? What drives you? What is it that you like about doing what you do?
So when I was in law school, I clerked in the criminal courthouse and for a criminal attorney for a while. And it was really sexy, it was cool. Like I felt like I was, watching like a murder mystery. And by the time I finished my clerkship, I was like, all these people are actually guilty.
Okay.
I don't know if this is for me. And it was right after the crisis. It was hard to get a job. And I found a lovely law firm, Osvaldo Soto, who passed away recently. He's a legal legend. He was very elderly by the time I came to work for him, but I used to call it the school of sink or swim. He didn't even have a computer, and it was kind of like, a client came in and wants a will. Let's do a will. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. A client needs a guardianship, and go to the courthouse 20 times until you figure it out. So I fell in love with this field of law, even though I hit the wall many, many times. And watching, Osvaldo Soto, the way he treated clients, the way he spoke with clients, it really just, it kind of turned something on in my brain. When I was very little, when I was 6, my dad passed away, and I was raised by a single mom. So I had an understanding of death and dying very young. And I was very comfortable talking about it at a very young age. And throughout my life, I helped a lot of people get through that time of grief. And I didn't realize it until I was much older, but it's something I'm pretty good at. And I think it's just, I was very comfortable with talking about this at an early age. So when I found this field of law, working at this law firm, I was like, wow, I'm actually pretty good at this. I'm good at helping people through this hard time, because a lot of people would kind of look at me like, you don't understand. I'm like, I actually do understand more than you know. I've dealt with this already at such a young age. So I fell in love with that, with helping heal with my words and seeing people when they're at a really low time and being like, I got you. I can help you. With estate planning, talking to people about hard conversations, it's all doom and gloom. It's all death and dying. Everybody's dead. Everybody's crazy. But making light of it so people can come to the table and talk about it. I think that is a gift, or a talent that I have that I've been able to use in my practice. And I've been written into a few clients' documents. Recently, a very good friend of mine passed away last month. That's why I'm a little bit congested. And I was his power of attorney, was his power of attorney. I am his personal representative, his trustee, dealing with my own legal documents at hospitals, at banks, selling real estate. I see the stonewalling that my clients would go through. And I think that makes me a better estate planning attorney, because I'm like, okay, legally our documents say this. And a lot of attorneys will say, well, if it doesn't work, then you sue. Yeah, but a lawsuit's going to be 3 years down the line. This guy's on life support, or this person needs to have their property taxes paid, and I need the money now. It's not about a lawsuit. It's about making sure they work the way I need them to work right now. So having that experience, I think, has helped me realize, even though this is a legal document and it's valid, and if it doesn't work, you can sue, if we change it, if we add this language, then when you need the legal document, it's going to work. We don't need to think about a lawsuit later. So I think that is also an element that has set me apart in my practice. I've dealt with this personally. I've helped clients and their families get through this personally. So when I draft a document, a client doesn't have to come back and say, this doesn't work. Now I need to file a guardianship. Now I need to file probate because this didn't work. I've been through that myself. So I know when I give you this document, unless it's a extenuating circumstance, I know that this is going to work because I've been through it. So I think that has been a huge benefit in my practice, having dealt with death at such a young age, helping clients that don't have family to do these things for them. I think that's made me kind of a more complete, estate planning, guardianships, and probate attorney. And estate planning and guardianships and probate, two of them are court cases, one of them is planning. But seeing the before and after, what happens if you don't plan before, what happens after, I think that has also helped tremendously in being able to talk to clients and tell them, if you don't do this, this is going to happen. Why? Because it's happened to all of these clients that I've had. So I think that experience has really, helped make us more transparent with our clients and help serve them better.
Yeah, you touch on a lot of different important topics, like having the experience. It's one of them, which is important when you're working with a professional, having the empathy to put yourself in the client's shoes. And I think that comes with going through life experiences as a professional, as a person. Sometimes in life, when you go through challenges, you ask God, why is this happening to me? When you would want to turn the conversation and say, this is happening for you. Yes. The reason why this is happening for you is to shape you into the person that you are today. And yes, having gone through losses, having gone through challenges in your life, having gone through divorces like myself, having gone through different challenges, help you empathize with client, but also show them, yes, although my marriage ended or things change, I'm able to rebuild myself financially, and here's how I did it, and here's why you should do it in the same way, because I know and I've been through those shoes, so I can understand and empathize. Same thing when there's changes in the lives of clients. Sometimes there's the fear of the unknown. What's going to happen now with my life? I'm now starting over, and I'm much now older, and I don't want to go back to work, or I don't know how to handle these bills because my ex did it or my former spouse did it, and I'm at a loss. So giving them that guidance, holding their hand in the time of grief, in the time of challenge, in the time of uncertainty, is extremely valuable.
And I haven't been through a divorce, gordo, don't get any ideas. But, you and I are personal friends as well. And after your divorce, and we sat down and did your planning, and we had very intimate conversations, they were also things that helped me become a better professional. There might be clients that we don't have that intimate of a conversation, but because of the experience I shared with you, I'm now able to ask different questions for this person that's like starting a new chapter in their life. And I want to make sure that their documents also help, propel this next phase. So I think all of that, having that relationship with your clients, with the people that you deal with, I think that helps us be better professionals and make sure that we are tailoring, customizing, whatever we're doing to their specific situation. It's not just a download Google form. It's not just a, whatever attorney legal Zoom. This is for you, only you, and your documents are gonna look completely different from everybody else's. I think that's very nice.
Yeah, and now also I'm watching a couple of trends in the last couple of years where women, you're a women-owned business, yes, so you should be proud of that.
Thank you.
Women now are growing at a much faster pace professionally than men. In the past, women had to rely on men as the providers financially, but now you can see the statistics. Women are getting advanced degrees at a faster pace than men, whether it's an MBA, whether that's a law degree or doctors. They're also now earning or out-earning their partners or many men.
Yes.
So women statistically live longer than men as well, and they have to carry the burden of being a mom, where sometimes that means that they have to step out from the workforce for the care of their kids. You have 2 kids, beautiful kids. So you can probably understand and empathize that also women need planning probably more so than men, because it's highly likely that at some point in their lives they'll have to take care of themselves financially, mentally, and physically. So it's a little bit complex. I know it's off topic, but since you are a women-owned business, helping women probably is a part of your practice as well.
Yes, and having gone through that experience myself, I don't think there's a right answer as a woman if you are in the workforce or you're not, or you're a stay-at-home mom. When you have kids, do you take time off? You can't take time off, because of financial reasons, or when I had my kids, my business was like really just launching, and I didn't feel like I could take that time off. I felt like I had been growing this other baby for so many years. If I step away now, it might not be on the same trajectory. There are women that take a little bit of time off. There are women that take years off. There are women that never go back to work. And I don't judge, because sometimes I have some regret. Maybe I should have taken some time off, but instead of feeling guilty, what I have tried to do is say, because I did that, I have more stability now, and now I cherish all the moments, even the chaos, the yelling in the morning. I take a deep breath and I say, I'm so lucky to have this. Just chill. But women, we do juggle a lot. There is a period of 4 or 5 years, after you have a kid that is tough for a lot of women, and we don't have the support that we need. And I think women are so resilient because they just push through. They push through, we make it happen. We're juggling so many hats: business owner, professional, mom, wife, whatever, daughter, whatever it is. Our parents are also getting to an age where they need our support. And it just makes me happy to be a woman. It makes me very proud to be a woman and to be able to do that. And when I see women struggling, I want to give them that support as well. Even if it's something silly, even if it's just, let me take your kids for a few hours so you can Netflix and chill. Oh, sure, let's do that. And I think it's something that we need to talk a little more about. We need to talk about this so that women don't just suffer in silence. They get out and they verbalize and they ask for help. I think that's a big deal too. But yeah, I see it. I think I see that aspect of it more in our guardianship cases. There'll be siblings. A lot of times it'll be the daughter that takes care of mom or dad, and she puts her entire life on hold, and she's just the caretaker. She's the guardian. She's everything. And I've had those conversations with women. I'll grab them. I'll be like, you're doing great, but go out for a date night. Get a nanny for your mom for a few hours. Go shopping. And I've had women break down, and it's like nobody has told them that. I'm like, you need to take care of yourself if you want to take care of your mom or whatever it is. If you're gone, who's going to do this? Take a break. We'll ask the judge for some money if you can't do it. So that's been a very special moment for me to tell clients something, give them advice that's not legal, it's personal advice.
Yes. But that comes from experience. I think there's a lot of things that you only get through and learn from experience, but that makes you a much better professional, a more well-rounded professional. Having gone through my life experiences myself makes me a better professional, because I can look at a client in the eye and say, I am a business owner like you, so I understand your challenges and what it took you to start. I'm a single father, so when I speak to either my male clients or my female clients that just went through divorce, that thinks that their life is over, I say, you can overcome this. Yeah. You can overcome this, and you're going to be much greater and stronger because of what happens to you. And yesterday I had a client calling me crying because she had a life event. She's not going to get a promotion, but she's still earning a lot of money in her job. But she just was a little disappointed. And I said to her, you're going through worse than this. So I know that this sucks, but you're going to go through this. And don't forget to take care of yourself. Yeah. Don't forget to make sure that you take a moment to just do what you have to do to make yourself feel better. Take a day off, take 2 days off, but then get back into things. And we're here to help you financially. And don't forget to save money.
I was going to say that's not financial advice, but you got it in there at the end.
Don't forget to save money and make sure that so I always try to tie it into what we're really trying to do, which is provide financial peace of mind, freedom, and security.
Absolutely.
And that's so valuable. And that's why I admire you a lot, because you're not just scared, but you're a businesswoman in a male-dominated industry and doing a good job and providing good support. And I like about women that working with women personally, because they listen.
That's so funny. I mean, at ASM Law Group, our slogan is preserving what matters most for those who matter most. And for some people, that might not be money. For some people, that might be people other than their kids. For some people, it might be something that is invaluable, something, a family heirloom, or, or their legacy or their business or whatever the case may be. So I think getting to know your client on a personal level helps you really get them what they need. Tailor whatever we're doing to their specific wishes. And I think that's really nice when you get to know somebody on that level, because it's not just, bank accounts and numbers. It's sharing those personal stories. It's getting them through it. And I think clients remember that.
Yes.
I think they always come back. They come back to grow with you. And I think that's beautiful. That makes it worth it.
Yeah, it makes it worth it. That's called wealth beyond numbers.
That's it. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
This was great, Alejandra. I want to now change tunes, but we'll leave that for the next episode, where I want to know more about the other side of Alejandra, which is what drives you crazy in your profession.
Okay.
Or what are some of the things that you see in your profession that are common mistakes that people should avoid.
Yeah.
But AKA what drives you crazy.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for staying tuned. I hope that you enjoy this episode. I'm here with our guest, Alejandra Moreno from ASM Law Group. I'm your host, Dennis Coral from Coral Wealth Management. And as we like to say at Coral Wealth Management, retirement and financial confidence starts here. Thank you.